signs critical. Agent down. have been promoted to group leader.
Season 2 of Cobra Kai strikes hard and shows no mercy.
has left your group. Now group leader. You have side.
You get the bag and fumble it, I get it, spin it and tumble it. I just want to leave this bar, not be dead. You understand? Yeah, whatever you think I've said by accident, yeah, it's completely untrue. I have never ever tried to offend your family, because if I had, there wouldn't be any doubt that I'd done it. No one would have been left in any doubt that I've been trying to offend them. Like when you looked at me and I thought he's going to shoot me, I looked at you like I'm going to fuck you up if you try. Yeah? So I know what's going on around me, right? That's why I wear a mind shield. Yeah? This is all just a disguise to try and keep niggas away. You feel me, bitch? Yeah? You want to come near me, I'll fuck you up. You have to go and get some other brothers to help you. Yeah? Then fine, but if you want to literally go one-on-one, I will 1v1 you right now, son. I will give you a lesson. Yeah, I've done martial arts for 20 years. I don't give a flying fuck. I'll fuck you up. I get the bag, flip it and tumble it. If you like that. I don't even like to freestyle for free, did he say? That's a cool line. She's a genie in a bottle. If I leave her for late, she's gonna escape. She's my genie in a bottle. If I forget that late, she's gonna escape. She's my genie in a bottle. If I leave her for late, she's gonna escape. Be wild, bitches are soon, we're gonna be wild. These bitches are brandy, they wanna be down. Hate me, bitch. Suck my dick. I've got the drip, come get an ounce.
Stockpile's running low. Really use your help.
You have been promoted to group leader. You are now group leader. You have been promoted to group leader. You are now group leader. You have been promoted to group leader. Another agent is now in your group. Another agent has joined your group. Serious trauma detected. Agent evolution. Agent deceased. High threat enemy patrol detected.
I don't understand what's going on, but completely useless things. Assistance. Another agent is now in your group.
An agent is no longer in your group.
Fuck, dead!
Completely controlled right now. Agent down. Another agent has joined your group. Another agent is now in your group. An agent is no longer in your group. agent has joined your group.
Shit, it was almost 70%. I should have been charging the whole time. To just power it down because to try to save it, that's because of the thing. Now I don't mind. It's like a mouse system. I just wish it would stay charged up for longer. I keep charging it, nothing happens. It needs about 6 hours of charge.
is now in your group. The Legion needs assistance.
How is my favourite 11-year-old? A lot of things have happened to me, like really strange, like at the game, but also at life. From sleeping in a park, found out that your dad owed some money to some very dangerous people, already dead, and you're now on the run from their murderers. Your money for something important like a plane ticket out of the country. So if the plane you're on is crashing, you don't answer, because it's very unlikely you're ever going to be on a rock Mars as your last crewmate died. Yeah, you'd probably... I actually have an answer. You understand? Remember the first day we met, yeah? I have my whole miserable life. I decided to try and be nice to someone else, wasn't I? Okay, but you're just the best. Like, find me another friend. Because I'm not fucking embarrassed about it at all. Right, I'm going to go and have to talk to Killshot while I have a cigarette. And then, yeah, we do whatever you want. I'll put you in charge. Yeah, in fact, we'll make her the fucking leader, dude. Yeah, so she's our fucking leader. Armor, and I was like, where are you? She goes, I'm in the dark zone. Literally straight away being an idiot. And she come and revived me, dude. She got bored and went to the dark zone. True or false? No, my friend, whose real name is 11-year-old girl, there's just Killshot. But, anyway, I'll be back in 5, yeah? So get to know my...
I'm not as good as it though.
By the way, just as I'm leaving the...
Yeah, I'm not so good at Fortnite, but I like it. What the hell was it? Ah, I got you. Got my third.
minute. So the last thing I'm going to say to Pump is, like the best computer game players you'd ever met, and you wanted to play. So Sean thinks of Killshot as his little 11-year-old sister. If she's not having immense fun at all times, we're really... Why does this keep turning on?
You are now group leader. You have been promoted to group leader. received an invite to another agent's group. You are now group leader. Safe area detected.
Yo, Pump, can you hear me? Yeah, make me leader, blood. So I don't have to find my headset in the dark. Just make me leader.
You have been promoted to group leader.
There you go.
Got some black? Got some black tusk units approaching the main entrance. The rest of the perimeter looks...
Another agent has joined your group.
I got you! Go for the flank! I'm out! Forward on! in my sights. Grenade!
Got some Black Tusk units approaching the main entrance. The rest of the perimeter.
Hostile supply convoy detected.
Okay. We have...
An agent has left your group. Hostile control point nearby. Civilians in distress. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Civilians in danger. Hostile control point identified.
Got some Black Tusk units approaching the main entrance. The rest of the perimeter looks quiet.
Another agent is now in your group.
Whoa. Fucking cunt!
An agent needs assistance. Agent killed. Agent down.
What the fuck is going on here?
Another agent has joined your group. You have left the group. You are now group leader.
Yo, you guys ready to play now?
Mhm.
Pump?
Yeah, go on.
Don't be a dick. We've got a little kid to look after, remember? Could
I've
be.
not been a dick. I said, yeah, go on. What's your problem?
No problem. Hey, that's not very unlike you. What's going on?
No.
No, you've never ever been angry with me before.
I'm not angry with you, though.
No, you sounded angry when you said that, though. Like, what's going on?
No, I was just questioning you because you said don't be a dick. I was like, I'm not.
No, but you can usually take a thick slice of banter. What's going on in the real world? That's not my pump. Come on.
Don't worry, nothing's going on, fam.
Alright, good. Because that didn't sound like you at all, and you know what I mean. You do know what I mean. I'm not sending any other invites, guy. Yeah? I'm seeing how a group with me, you, and a little 11-year-old girl looks. I think it looks fine. Yeah? I'm not in a rush to fill the group, dude. Whoever comes in will be privileged. Yeah? Genuinely privileged. We can just show off our builds to each other first. We don't need anyone else. We'll let her take on like an entire landmark to see how well she does, and then we'll join in when she goes down. If she goes down. And I don't care if she takes 3 weeks. I'll stand outside saluting and doing French mimes. Oh, my controller's really old, dude. It doesn't take charge. Like, it takes... If you plug it in for an hour, yeah, you get about 5 minutes of actual wireless battery. I like the look of this guy. Now, where's Killshot gone?
Here.
I know where you are, pal. Don't worry about that. I'm just like... She knows that I talk about her like... Okay, this is my new superhero for your life, okay? Get the bad language and her background, yeah? And how much fun she's having and how many times she smiles. Her husband, the producer, the guy who's rap... just decided, you know, I'm just going to marry a stripper. She genuinely doesn't give a fuck. And I've been waiting to see someone who does. And he's wearing a caterpillar mask and carrying a chainsaw cube of juxtaposition. And if you don't know what that is, I talk a lot of bollocks.
Choose between the madness. Aye.
Django Freeman, 007. That is one of the greatest names ever. I've got a friend called Django Unchained. to even get the two Django's in a group together. They'll be well pumped. They'll be like, imagine having two Rottweilers that were brothers. Like, what lengths would they go to kill? Especially if the other one was struggling. Imagine what the other one would do. Like, because that's the thing about this game, right? You're a Rottweiler, yeah, pump. But if you get in trouble, then what am I? I'm like a tiger, right? It's not my fault. I don't know how it happened. I was rubbish at Division 1. But I'm pretty handy at this. I don't know, maybe you just have to spend 30 pure human Earth days in the Dark Zone and you just get good. Or you die a lot. And I didn't die that much. In fact, most of the times I died, I was trying to kill myself, or I actually did kill myself. I think I've had more suicides than any other player in the world per death ratio. Greasy Weeto. Dude, he just has a great name. I'm always drawn by the people with the great names. Right, where's our little superstar? What's she up to? She's just too busy doing other exciting things. Look, she's not even... Where are you? In the Dark Zone by yourself?
Yeah, man, I'm doing well.
No, Killshot, are you in the Dark Zone?
No.
Where? We'll
I'm
get
right
it.
next.
Can you get in the group then? Because I can't send you an invite, right? Because Pump is obviously rogue. Pump, can you just kill yourself immediately? I've always...
Joined it.
No, you haven't. Yeah, just suicide, dude. Take one for the team, yes? Yeah, go and pick them up. Go and pick them up. And if anyone touches them, then you've got an excuse to go rogue when we're a team. Yeah, you can start the first rogue fight for your loot, right? And we'll hunt your loot down. That'll be our first objective. And everyone can take turns to give us an objective, yeah? If we want to leave the Dark Zone and do a building, do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? A mission, then that's someone's objective. If somebody wants to hit 3 landmarks in a row and have no one go down and take at least 10 gold items each, that will be an objective. We'll see if we can do these things, right, that anyone can think of. But if I say just kill yourself so we can move on, just do it, dude, because there's always an angle to like make it work for us. Just give me like 3 seconds and I'll think of the angle. Yeah, I'm trying to be your skirmish captain, not by asking you, but by talking about it so much that when it actually gets there, you ask me. Yeah, because if you've got someone else in mind, honestly, why are we not playing with them? This controller is absolute jizz. Right, I still can't invite the little girl. And I can't charge my controller, so this might be a very short game. I've got one trick up my sleeve, and if this doesn't work, I think I'm just going to take a little break before we've even started. That's literally how bored I am with this controller bullshit. Like, it literally just died again. It's fully plugged in, right? I've got all the right leads, everything's fine. It keeps saying it's disconnected even though it's plugged in. I don't understand why it's doing this to me. Right, now who do we want? I've been thinking about this, right? I don't just want some random person. I want someone I can talk to. I don't care what their ability level is, they need to have a mic. This guy's got a mic. He's alright actually. He's probably about your level, Killshot. It'd be funny if you play much better than him for the next 2 hours in a group of 4 with us, then we can both say that you're obviously a higher level than him. But right now, in my mind, having not seen you and only ever seen you once, I would say you're probably about the same level as a guy with 20, 30 days experience. And that is the highest compliment I can pay you. So we'll see if you're even better than I think you are. And I imagine it's almost lucky that he didn't come in, because I probably would have told him what an embarrassing performance he'd offered if it turns out that you're actually better at 11 after 1 day of gameplay than he is after a month. It might break him emotionally. It'd be nice if we could get LA Boss, because I'm always talking to Pump about him, but they've never played together, and I just leave them as two Northerners and let them have a chat. I'll probably go and get a beer. They'll be there for about a week.
Why is he a Northerner as well?
Yeah, of course. Birmingham, innit? Remember we were talking... No, we were talking about him, remember? The Birmingham lads. Victor, remember?
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's him, yeah. He's very rarely on, and when he is on, he tends to solo DZ. So like Killshot did the first time, he did it once when there was no one to invite and no one was inviting him, and he lived in a world of invites, right? And there was no one online, so he did what I did one morning at 2 AM. He went into the dark zone, tried for half an hour to get a group, gave up, went in by himself, and he had a lot of fun discovering all the loot crates, sneaking about, being really weaselly, and you know, in general, learning the map firsthand with no support, getting burned when you go down and just going back for more. If you can do that for 4 or 5 hours without going down in any DZ, then it's your house, right? Because in your house, you don't need candles when the power goes out. You just walk about because you know where the shit is. You put it there. If you don't, you're dumb as fuck. So like, treat the video game like you would treat your life. Learn the shit you need to learn. If you're short of knowledge, then you're short power. Don't leave yourself short power. If you need to go and explore a set of new skills in a new DZ for 2 hours to come back, the next time there is literally nothing to do other than join a random group, go solo somewhere and do some mad shit, dude, and then invite me to collect the loot with you. That's what I do, dude. That's all I ever do, dude. And people haven't figured it out yet, because if they had, they'd start doing it and I'd get invited to that shit, dude. That isn't happening, right? Trust. Yeah, I operate on such a high level that I'm just constantly disappointed in everybody else. But not to such an extent that I don't want to play with them. I just feel sad most of the time. This guy's cool. He's a solid backdoor man. I don't think he's got a mic though, but we can send him a party invite. That way he can hear what the fuck is up. Right, I'm going to play my other favourite song from right now, and apparently it's got something to do with Game of Thrones. I don't know why, like, some of my favourite hip-hop artists have made a song that's got something to do with Game of Thrones. It seems quite strange to me. But it's called Power is Power, and it's very cool. Imagine I've just killed you in a dark zone and I just put this on. Oh shit. You guys still hear me?
Yeah, man.
What about Killshot? You guys are so quiet, honestly. I'd much rather I talk less. Honestly,
I'm
with
actually
you...
succeeding.
Who?
Me, I'm succeeding. I'm solo in the dark zone. It's working.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's really good. It keeps your senses really sharp because you have to really listen. That's why you're being quiet, because you're concentrating, right?
Correct.
Okay. Killshot, what are you doing? Are you improving right now, or are you just wasting time?
Waiting.
You're waiting for me, yeah? Because that's respect. Right, let's go. Let's go and find our friend Pumpy. Let's see what he's up to. Right, he's over there, yeah, so let's go. Now, we could have done a bit of open world looting then and got you some new gear, but you're too good for gear, yeah? You're basically me if I was an 11-year-old girl with superpowers, right? So you're doing things that I can't understand, and I'm going to assume that it's some weird universe man and god and girl thing where basically you were always meant to be my friend, and it just doesn't matter that you're 11, so we're just going to be friends in cyberspace. No one can ever say anything about it bad, and then we'll always be friends, and then one day I'll be 60 and you'll be 30 and maybe we'll have a drink in a bar. That'll be cool. In the meantime, I'm going to make you the best player in the world, because you learn too fast. Yeah, I'll show you something once and then you just do it. If I ran up to a building and shot the corner, right, and then went down the block searching everything on that one side, then looped back around the building, then shot the corner, and then looped around again, went down the other side, checked everything just there in that line, then went around again, so I've done a complete square, shooting every corner once I'm finished, yeah, and then moving on to the next building, shooting the corner of that, and then moving down the block, right? You'd know what I was doing, wouldn't you? I call it breadcrumbs. Well, only Pump's ever see me do it, because normally in a group I just think, well, people are so slow, they'll literally just be looking at gear and changing their build on the run, so I can always mark where I've been, because there's just people standing around looking at the gear they've got because of me. Like, again, I just get a bit sad, and I just think, like, honestly, can't you do what the French guys told me? Just look at your gear once a week. Like, literally spend a week looting and then build a new build. Spend 2 hours on it. Go to town, watch videos, look at all the loot and think, oh god, I've got a Ranger shotgun. That's pretty meta. I know, I think I'll just get Sean on the line and ask him what he thinks of all this loot I've got. And what the hell would he do with it? I imagine it'd be something pretty legendary. But no one ever does that either, dudes. But it's okay. One day things will happen that make me happy. I'll just wait for them. The other day one did. I met a girl called Rebecca. That was an amazing 2 days. And we never even kissed, dude. Like, nothing happened at all. Except I sang in front of her. I think that was more scary than trying to kiss her. Oh, dude, my grenading is absolutely fucking world class. Look at this poor runt. Get wrecked. I literally just wiped all of that out. Why am I getting shot? Who just shot me? Literally, some weasel just weaseled in. Look, kill him and get that gun immediately. Do not let him kill you. No, no, no. Pump, this is your moment, yeah?
Right, I'll come to you guys.
I can probably hang on for about 40 seconds, but the guy is looking for me. I'm trying to weasel around the truck, but I think he's come to finish me. Yep. They're vicious, those guys. He's got a SIG, dude. If you get it, and it's got overlap, you can just instantly add it to your build, because it's much stronger than the L4 or the LVOAC. I'm using one myself right now. You can check my build. I will not touch the controls in any way. I bet you £1 million, if you look at my build right now, I've got a SIG rifle in slot 1. I don't even need to check, dude, because I've been using it for the last 4 hours and just melting everything at close range. And look what I've done. I've modified the first talent. Look what I've done to a rifle, dude. Who is playing like me? Who thinks like me, dude? That's just one example. You can see I've modified the talent, right?
Yeah.
And you can see what the talent is, right?
Yeah,
exactly. How heavy is that though on a rifle with overlap, dude? So both guns overlap. Literally, both guns are overlapping. That's what's happening. They're overlapping and they're buffing each other for weapon handling. My favourite thing in the world I'm getting from both guns being holstered. So they're always buffing each other. It doesn't matter which one I use. And the other gun's got transmission, so I'm anti-shock and shocking just by existing. Full gun buff, full anti-shock with reshock, I'm calling it. Yeah, so I'm going to design a build around that. Yeah, and I'm going to have the elephant as well, so I'm completely anti-status with headshots. Then I'm going to run a really modified super high damage pistol, and I'm going to run gunslinger and finisher. Yeah. Now, you probably don't even know what any of that means, but one day you will, and when you do, you'll remember this moment when I can freely talk about everything and answer any question without even looking, like a chess player who can play 9 games at the same time and know where the pieces are in his head. Like, I know where my next build is going to be, dude. And it's basically going to be the opposite of this build. It's going to be an anti-status build with really high damage, pistol play and a shield. Yeah, the biggest, heaviest, nastiest shield. And when I pull it out, people who are melting me are going to be stopped in their tracks. So I'm going to be like a transformer. and then I'm going to dash my shield off and go back to my high power, full power, speed, pistol, run and gun build. Yeah, so I'll be able to just dump the shield and instantly change the attributes of my character. Because you can't, there's loads of things you can't do. Literally, you can't do them. Look at this play, dude, it's disgusting. I am literally too good. I've just melted everything in seconds. I haven't even activated my turret. Oh, look, I've totally flanked them. Oh, and I've got headshot on my rifle with close and personal. So I've got a massive amount of really close range explosive headshot damage, and I can simply take my time, aim at your face, kill you immediately, and it doesn't matter if you were shooting me the whole time. It literally doesn't matter. You can't injure me because the second I shoot you, I'll crit and heal myself for armor. Look at the build, it's absolutely disgusting. Look what I've just done to all of them, and they had my 2 worst enemies, and I killed them. Look, there's more. Right, watch this gun. You've got to get this gun, dude. Thing is, Ranger would be really good on it, yeah, because then you could you could basically take the back and be the rogue hunter, yeah, rather than the frontline tank. You could let me do that in a weird kind of skill, revive, heal sort of way that no one expects, and then you could take the back where they'll keep hitting us thinking we're going to find out a weak skill player, and I'm at the front and you're tanking at the back, spinning around hunting, playing off the back of the group, never part of the group. I would never want your guns on what I'm shooting. Yeah, I want you covering my rear for when people try to gank us. Does that sound exciting, dude? Dude, I just had to kill myself. Sometimes you just know it's time to get more grenades. Has my battery died, or can you guys actually hear me still?
I can hear you.
What about you, Pump? No, I think he's gone off somewhere.
No, I can hear you.
Oh, cool. No, I just wondered why neither of you were anywhere near me when I got absolutely melted twice. I don't mind, you know me, I'll never get angry about a video game, yeah? I get angry about real things that upset me, and there's plenty of them. I'll die a million times with you guys, and you'll never hear me do anything else apart from laugh between my words like I'm doing now. You can tell I'm laughing, can't you? I'm literally talking and laughing. Sometimes I sound very serious, but I can't really help that. Is your dad's, when you think about your dad, yeah, and you think about me, Mia, do you think like Sean's older than my dad, or do you think no, my dad's definitely more of a grown up?
I don't know.
About the same?
Yeah.
That's cool. I'll take that. I think the days of me wanting people to think I was younger than I am are over. Now I just want to be thought of correctly. Well, I'm going to go and finish my smoke from earlier. I'll be a couple of minutes. You know, do you know I'm in a hotel, right? Did Pump tell you? He did. Did he tell you why I'm in a hotel? Right, maybe he can tell you a bit of the story. If you have any questions when I get back, you can ask me. But I'm literally I'm ready to walk out the door now. So just to save us all a bit of time, I'm going to put everything on charge. I'm going to put my new phone on charge, my new tablet on charge. I'm going to think about buying a new controller because this one doesn't take charge. I've got a brand new lead that I literally just took out of the tablet box they gave me for free when I got my new phone, and plugged it into the PlayStation and plugged that into the controller, and it keeps flashing up like, oh, no charge, no charge. I'm just like, what? I don't know what you want me to do. Anyway, it's not really a problem. I'll figure this shit out eventually. And Pump, I've got a phone now, so you should take my number and then you can stay in touch with me.
Nice.
Yeah, and just make sure that I'm safe. Like once a week, if you haven't heard from me, yeah, just call me. Even if it's just for like 5 minutes. I can always call you back if you don't have credit or any of that shit. I've got quite a lot of free data as well, so I can like send you things. You know, if I find anything cool in the world, I can like communicate with you like a normal human now. I think that might be good. Especially at a time when loads of people are really worried about me, like my whole family. So it might not be a bad idea to have a sensible, grounded northern pal who is pretty handy with this, whatever. So, yeah, who at least knows what the fuck's going on. Because if my mum thinks that I've gone nuts here, and I haven't, then she's just going to worry about me, and it won't matter about anything I say to her. So there's no point taking her out for lunch and having a chat, because she just won't buy it, because I'm too good at manipulating her. Yeah, she doesn't like it, and she's been manipulated before into thinking that I was fine when I wasn't. So it might be good to just have a chat, and you can just literally, even if you just say to me, is everything okay? And I say, yeah, I think so. And you say, has anything bad happened? Have you felt really paranoid? Have you talked to yourself a lot? Yeah, that kind of thing, yeah. Just for like 5 minutes a week, and then we can just forget about it. Yeah, just check in with me. Ask me if there's any questions that you ought to be asking me. And, you know, if you catch me in an honest moment, I might tell you something that will surprise you, but then you'll feel comfortable about talking to me about it, and then you can ask me about it, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm doing that, don't worry, it's all good. You know, that kind of shit. Because I don't have anyone else for that shit. I used to have Juliana, right? And she was really good, and she would call me every day for like 5 minutes and just talk about serious things to make sure everything was good. Yeah, and she didn't care if the whole rest of my universe was just screaming and crying and falling apart and doing itself crazy, yeah, worrying about me or whatever I was doing, yeah, knowing full well that I was fine and she was spending most of her time with me, right? She didn't give a fuck, right? So she didn't care, and I told them, if you want to have a life that involves constantly talking to them, then go and be their friend. If you're going to be my girlfriend, just stay the fuck away from my family. Don't listen to anything they ever say or write, and always talk to me if you have any questions. Then we'll be absolutely fine, and you can have the greatest boyfriend who ever lived. And she was like, I want option B, and I was like, brilliant, so do I. Yeah, so we gave it a go for a couple of years, and then she did leave when I was sick, right? End of story. There's not a happy ending, right? And now here I am, kicked out of my house, living in a hotel with what little money I have left in the world, and not really thinking past the next 4 days, knowing I want to go to Florence, not really sure how I'm going to get there, wondering who I could borrow 200 quid off maybe, so I could get a ticket to go train through Europe, yeah? Whatever's cheapest. I'll walk 100 miles of that journey if I had to. If someone said that I can afford 70 quid and everyone else said I can't afford anything and the ticket was 110 and for 70 I could get 2/3 of the way there, I would literally sleep rough and hike there. I've hiked through the Andes and gone to mountain cities and climbed into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 year old ruins and then just slept there, and I've made joints with pages of the Bible because no one remembered any Rizla. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've done shit that people would read in a book and think was cool. Yeah, and then all the bad things that you could ever think of that you've never read in a book and wonder why no one's ever wrote down, they've probably happened to me as well. I just don't ever talk about them because I don't want people to have bad dreams. Yeah, but they live inside me, so if I ever want to be Stephen King, I'll just start writing horror, and then I'll really fuck with the world, because if they ever make my mind into a movie, oh my god, dude. Could you imagine, like The Shining, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, It, yeah, Shallow Grave. Go and shock yourself by watching those 4 films, and then imagine if I just said, I bet I could do something 1,000 times more scary than Saw, and you'd know after 5 minutes because you'd be fucking terrified, blood. Yeah? Trust me. You hear me talk all the time. You know there's no off switch, right? So imagine if I started with a pen in my hand and I didn't speak, and then I edited it at the end, and I was constantly angry, driving myself, beating myself to produce something amazing. At the end, do you think that I wouldn't be... Do you think I'd be satisfied? I'd never be satisfied, would I? I'd never think this is good enough. I'd always think it was rubbish, tell you it was rubbish, tell you to throw it away, but just to give you an idea that I was at least doing something. Yeah, I'd give it to you to read, and then you'd say, dude, this is a bestseller, and I'd go, shut up, dude. Yeah, you know what I'm like, right? It's true, isn't it?
True, man.
Yeah. That's how I talk to you, right? I will always sound like I'm really angry. I always sound like I'm really upset. But then I play really calmly and I do really good shit in the game. And I think you just think, this guy's just a bit troubled. He's having a troubling time. Yeah, I'll just cut him some slack because he's a good player. Is that about the size of it? Because I don't expect you to say that I'm really interesting at all. I expect 90% of what I say to be just bollocks. And you probably just think, well, I've tried to concentrate on playing anyway, so if he wants to babble on, let him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a realist, yeah? No, but like, how close am I to the truth? I know I'm making jokes, but I'm fairly close, right?
Close. Yeah, you're pretty far.
Really? Go on then, tell me something surprising. Impress Mia and me. Do you know how much I like her? Do you know how much I like her? Like, you don't have no idea, dude. As much as it's legally allowed for a grown-up to like a little kid that they just met. It's like pulling faces at a baby and the baby pulling one back and you're just like, whoa, what just happened?
Yeah.
If I said I can't be more impressed, that would be a state of mind that was pretty much the parallel universe opposite of how I occupy most of my time. Wouldn't you agree? I'm the opposite of impressed most of the time. I don't impress myself and no one else impresses me. If I tell you that I can't be more impressed by something, that's like the opposite of my normal position in life, isn't it? You can see where I'm going with this. I'm going to shut up now. She's probably going to play really oh, that'll make me laugh because I'm really high. If she goes down a lot, dude, then I'm going to be dying a lot trying to revive her. Right, am I in a dark zone? I don't even know where I am. In a dark zone. Where's my friends? Right, look, can you guys meet me at lab? Can you meet me at lab, yeah? Or if it's more convenient, you can meet me at prison bureau. Yeah, go to, well, you're running that way. Okay, go to lab, yeah? The north center of the map, and I'll teleport to Echo, okay? I forgot we were actually playing, to be honest. I needed to get some shit off my chest, and I wanted just for like 5 minutes while I was feeling quite clear-headed to just...
Well, it's soft now.
Yeah, exactly. See, I even like that. That interruption meant that I didn't have to reiterate, and I hate doing that. I like iteration, not reiteration. You can write that on my grave. Amongst many other rude things. Yeah, he was a cock, but we put up with him. That would be a great gravestone. Because it just says it all, doesn't it, dude? Yeah, rude, obnoxious, arrogant, irritating. Whatever the opposite of concise is.
Inconcise.
No. There's no in or un. It's not concise. That's all there is. You don't have an option. It's just not you're just not being concise, right? There isn't a word. So some things are like a trick, yeah, in English, because things seem to follow a pattern and then suddenly divert once, and they are a peculiar individual rule. And then you find other examples of that, and it's very hard to piece the patterns together. That's why it's very... You can earn a lot of money, basically, teaching English to foreign adults, because that's what they need. They need you to literally sit down with them with the Times and just read it through for a couple of hours and answer any questions so that they can fill the little gaps in what is otherwise a very good, you know, use of your language as their second or third, usually. Some of them speak 3 or 4 languages. Very impressive people, South Americans. And I'm sure everywhere else, you know, you get good people, you get bad people, but particularly I was struck by the work ethic in South America when I lived there and taught English. Right, a player just sent me an image. Killshot said, let's do this. So to save time, I'm going to ignore your messages, yeah, and then I'm going to look for you on the map, and wherever you are, I'll just teleport over there, yeah. I'm just looking for a lighter because I've got 6 and I can't find any of them, and it's a very small, tidy room. I know, because I tidied it for ages because I was hoping this girl from downstairs would come and see me, and she hasn't. I think she's trying to play the long game. But I'm really bored and I can't wait for Rebecca, so I need some interaction in the meantime. I'm going to get it. Also, I've got a pad. Do you have a pad? Pump. Do you have like an iPad or something?
No, I used to.
Do you want one? I've got one, and to be honest, it's brand new. It's really high tech, and I don't know how to use it. And I've tried to turn it on, and it wasn't as easy as I thought. And it's basically just like a giant phone. It literally is just a screen, and behind is metal, and you can turn the screen into a giant keyboard, or you can just watch videos on the train. But I literally don't want it because it's so big. Like, it's not heavy, but it's big. The screen is huge. It's like if you multiplied it by just 3, yeah, it would be as good as a small TV you'd have on your bed. You know, if it was on a flexible, extendable arm and you could move the screen around. If it was 3 times the size, 2 of you could literally just lay in bed. Even with it now, you could literally just watch a movie in bed with your girlfriend and be like, that's ace, right? Now, I don't know what it's worth. It's probably worth £500, right? And they gave it to me for free, and I'm paying £30 a month. So they probably, even if they just tacked on a tenner for this in their own minds, over 2 years, that's 250 quid. So yeah, and then they get the tech back, right? And they can just refurb it, or if it's mint, which all my stuff always is in box, then you can probably just pass it on as new, whatever. Anyway, boring. If you want it, it's yours, because I don't want to carry it around if I'm sleeping in parks. I've already got 3 pairs of shoes. I've got my gaming headphones, my PlayStation, my Sennheiser overhead headphones. I've got 2 books. I've got my Jordans. I've got new Converse. I've got 3 complete tracksuits. No jeans. Like, no hiking boots. I don't have a pop-up tent yet. Like, I'm going to have to get a lot of new stuff, and I really don't want to be carrying around a brand new tablet that's worth a fortune and could make someone's life much more fun and much richer, when I will literally just shove it in a pocket and hope it doesn't break for 6 months. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just post it to you, innit? Yeah, I haven't got a lot of money, but I'll send it to you recorded delivery, and then you can do what the fuck you like with it. If you get some use out of it, great. If you don't, then you can just look after it for me. And this is what I said to my friend the other day about all my sunglasses. It's like I just grabbed them and shoved them in a bag, because I knew I wasn't going to carry that bag for very long. I was going to find a friend and ask him to look after it, and I would say to him, wear whatever you like while I'm away, you know, get some use out of them, because I only like 1 pair and I'm wearing them. Yeah, my new ones, the Tom Fords, they cost like £400. And they're so heavy. The police stopped me the other day. Did I tell you?
Yeah.
The police stopped me. Did I tell you?
Why?
Because they said you look like a threat. Literally, the car stopped. The driver opened his window, looked at me, and it just like his jaw was just on the floor. And the police stopped behind him, and they were like, "Can you get out of the road, sir?" And I was like, "No. What the fuck are you talking about, blood?" And the police officer went to me, "Excuse me? What did you just... Can you say 1987? Do you want to talk about it? Or you remember your lessons? Yeah? Like ABC for babies. Baby law. Do you remember your baby law lessons? Okay, now fuck off!" Yeah? And I can do what the fuck I like, because I've got a law degree, and they know little bits of pace. Yeah? And I know the law. So I'm the person they should go to get criminals put away. You could never put me away, because in front of a judge, we could talk about the Police and Criminal Evidence Act of 1984, and we could talk about the revised 87 edition, and we could talk about Denning for the rest of his life, because I studied his entire life, and he was the greatest judge who ever lived. Well, people don't know that I know this shit, right? They don't know that I'm really passionate about quantum mechanics. Imagine if I was on a stand defending myself against some stupid thing that somebody said I did once, even if it was partly true. Who gives a fuck? I'm literally Good Will Hunting. Yeah, there's no other... If you haven't seen that movie, just watch it immediately, and you're like, that's my friend. I've got a friend like that. He's just a savant. Yeah. If you don't know what that word is, look it up. Yeah. I'm never going to talk to you like this again. Yeah. I'm just going to go back to just being me and be quiet. Yeah. But you'll know up your sleeve you have the Joker, right? He's not the ace. It's not the king. It's just, if you said to me, do this, and I thought about it, and I thought I could do it, and it would be worthwhile, and I could see why someone came to me with it. Yeah, and it could be a bank heist, it could be anything you want. Yeah, there's no limit. You could, anything you could think of, if you brought it to me and said, let's do this, I would do it with you. Because if it went wrong and I died, I wouldn't care, because I've tried to do that. Yeah, if I ended up arrested, I wouldn't care, because I go to prison and be very, very popular. And I don't mean my butt. Yeah, that would be popular as well, but it wouldn't be on a menu, okay? I'd be friends with everybody who thought they were hard and cool, right? And because I'm the hardest and the coolest, and I'd fight them all to prove it. One at a time, all at once, any order you want, yeah? I'm not trapped in here with you, yeah? All of you, standing over you on a kitchen table with the body of a crushed police officer under my foot, I would say you're trapped in here with me, right? Rorschach. Yeah, you're trapped in here with me. Yeah, while you smash somebody's head into a frying pan while the pan's still on. Yeah, there is no limit to me, right? Because nothing scares me. I'd punch Genghis Khan. I'd whip Mike Tyson's butt. Because he's old and slow, and I'm not. I'm old and hard, like a willow tree that just gets whipped by hurricanes every day and laughs. Yeah, I talk in poetry. Yeah, when I talk, people are quiet because it's just interesting, weird shit. I've got used to it. It's weird talking in silence, but I like that no one interrupts me because it seems like, I don't know what it seems. Like there aren't a lot. Sometimes I make up words because I look in the dictionary trying to find something and there isn't something, so I make up a word. So sometimes I might use made up words when I talk to people and they look at me really weird. Like, did he just say doodle? And they're like, he did, didn't he? What did he mean? Is he talking in code and only he knows the code? Yeah. Right, are we going to play? Because otherwise I will just keep talking.
Yeah, we can play.
Okay, what are you two doing? Are you together fighting, having fun? Please tell me you're not just
checking out what I can customize.
Ah, you're becoming a builder now. Are you seeing the power of the build, yeah? Because it's not about me or anything I do, right? I just get excited about good builds. So build something that would excite me and show it to me, and I'll help you make it better. Yeah, and when you think you've really thought about mods, you haven't. When you've really looked at what you've got, when you really know, could you honestly quote me even half your mods? If the answer's no, you don't know your mods well enough. So you can't build the perfect build. That means I could sit down with your build, yeah, look at all your pieces and build something stronger, right? Yes, you all know that. So learn what you've got. Don't come to me. Just say, look, I've just got a new build. Pump did it the other day. I didn't even look. Because quite honestly, I don't care. If he thinks he's tankier, great. But I want to teach him he doesn't even need to be tanky to wreck people. In fact, he wants to be the opposite. He wants to have 0 armor and run berserk with clutch. Yeah, and a vindictive gun and a transmission gun and an overlap gun. And I'll teach him the order. Yeah, because I'm already working on his end game build and his end game position for skirmish in my head, because I think actually having him at the back might be better, because if I turn on the battlefield, he'll become the front. Yeah, if I treat our 8 men like a cavalry unit and have signals and codes for everyone, and I can move the group by saying a few words, yeah, and have them all turn and move in a certain way into a certain building in a certain way. I can have Pump at the door first by the way we run towards the building, and then at the last second I can turn the group again, flipping everyone while he's at the doorway. He's the first man, but then when they pass him into the building and go up the stairs behind him, he becomes the last man as he waits everybody to come through, constantly thinking, yeah, is Sean happy? Is everyone in position? Is everyone cool? Is everyone got full armor? Or is anyone trying to proc berserk? And if they are, why have you got 20% over armor? Get rid of that immediately. You don't have over armor if you're trying to lose your armor, so put something else in its place. Never accept a talent. Ever, not even in one slot, that you're not going to fully utilize without thinking. That's how you build a real build. Yeah, things should just work together in synergy without you ever having to apply yourself. That's why the best skills for pump are pulse and seeker mine, because once they're activated, they get on with it. Cluster mine and pulse with high explosive damage, loads of grenades, constantly killing yourself to go back and get more armor and grenades so you can come back and throw more grenades and not get hurt for ages. And then eventually, if you ever get to the point where you've used all your grenades, all your armor kits, emptied all your guns, switched guns to use a different gun type, emptied those, and you've literally got no LMG ammo, no shotgun ammo, no assault rifle ammo, and no submachine gun ammo, and you've used your pistol, or you've been to Thieves' Den and you've taken the incendiary bullets and shot them, and there's literally nothing for you to scavenge on the map because we've killed everything, I might let you go to the gate. But you'll have probably died by then and restocked automatically. Oh, what? Is that what happens? I just go there and it fills everything for me. Oh, that's why Sean keeps going there and babbling on about how he loves dying. One day I won't have to talk because people will just be good. Ow. I told you I kicked a door, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't very fun. Ah. Right, this is my song today. You're going to hear it about 1 million times. So if you get bored of it, I promise I'll only play it once every 20 minutes, usually when I've just killed a player in the dark zone. And I'll play this bit, right?
I gotta go now anyway.
You gotta go? Are you working today?
Yeah, man.
What, on a Saturday? Oh no, it's a Wednesday.
I work until Saturday night.
It's Thursday, right?
Saturday till Tuesday I'm off.
Ooh, you've actually got a little break.
Yeah, fam, I always do, mate. 4 on, 4 off.
Oh, nice. So we get some proper gaming in, yeah?
Absolutely.
Because honestly, I don't know about you, but if you came on and said, look, I've only got 2 hours, I'd say, let's just talk then. Because if we're going to play, I want to have 12, 15, 20 hours where we can do a lot of good gaming. Because I'm like you, when we get into it, yeah, I just have to concentrate. Because I'm not that good. I can't play without my brain. You know, so I'm really... I think, yeah, you've got to have your brain in. So if I've only got you for a couple of hours, I'd rather just bend your ear, to be honest, because I don't really have anyone to talk to in life. And I think you like, you know, just having a chat as well. So it's all good.
I like the conversation, mate. I really do.
Yeah, well, that's nice. Maybe on some like emotional level, it's like, maybe it's kind of like mental massage where you're just like, do you know what? I'm just going to let this guy kick back and just chat about whatever he wants, because it's just quite nice listening to a storyteller, basically. And that's what he is. Wherever the boy is, he just likes telling stories, right? I like other...
Anyway, I'm off now.
Yeah, we'll get a group and go Dark Zone, but when you're back and you're online, I'll be there.
Alright, sweet. 5 I'll be there.
Cool, man. See you soon.
Is it close shot? Nice meeting you.
Bye. Oh, nice to meet you too.
Right. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Right. Well, what I'm going to do then is, once I respawn, I'll get us a group really quickly, yeah?
Yep.
And then you go and I'll make you leader. So they won't know. They'll think you're some 20-year-old guy who's quite good at the game, right? And they'll follow you around, and then I'll turn up and blow some stuff up, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then you can make me leader when I get back, but wait till I'm standing in front of you saluting or taking pictures of us, and you're posing and doing silly things, and we're taking pictures and having fun, and then I'll make you leader, and then I'll just disappear for a while and go and do some stuff, and then I'll either call you over or I'll just come and meet you at some big thing or fight that you're having, yeah? So I'll just dip in and out, and what I'll really be doing is looking for players. Yeah? Okay, does that sound right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. Do you like hip-hop, by the way, or you don't mind, or you don't really have an opinion, or what?
I don't mind.
You don't mind, yeah? But it's growing on you, right? Tastes change, yeah, as you get older. I didn't like hip-hop music when I was a little kid. But when I was about 16, I heard Dr. Dre for the first time, and I was like, whoa. He's the guy that invented the Beats headphones, right?
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, that's Dr. Dre, right? The black guy from NWA, Eminem's friend. He's in lots of the... If you look at the early Eminem videos when he first became famous, Dr. Dre's in all of them, and some of them are really good and really funny. If you want to start your hip-hop education, you could do a lot worse than just looking at some of the early Eminem and Dr. Dre videos. They're really good, you know, they're sharp, they're funny, there's some really good antics in there, so it's worth watching it. You could laugh without the sound on, so if you find the music really offensive, you could just literally just watch with the sound off, because it's still funny. You see them like dressed up as Batman and Robin and stuff, you know, big black guy, skinny white kid, dressed as Batman and Robin, like, it really works really well. But if you like the music as well, then great, and it might be a nice place to start, because I guarantee there'll come a day when you're like, oh, I really like this kind of music now, because all my cool friends do, and a lot of them didn't at first. But then I recommended things out of my memory that they might like. And you know, it wasn't always Eminem, but you're a kid, and Eminem's pretty funny, yeah. So it might be a good place to start. I don't expect you to like all this kind of deep, creepy, rude stuff straight away. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I like this. Alright, let me play something else entirely. I'm just going to put my favourite song on for a second while I go back to the menu. Okay, what about something like this? See, tell me at the end, not in the middle, or even now, even if it's your favourite song in the world, don't tell me. Let's just listen to it, yeah? And then you tell me at the end what you think. Because I really like this. And I can sing this, but don't ask me to, because I'll get embarrassed. Do you like it?
Yeah.
It's your sort of thing, yeah?
Mm.
You're a kid, yeah? You like pop music, right?
Yeah.
You like Britney sometimes, yeah? You like Taylor Swift sometimes, yeah? I do. Yeah, cool, it's cool. Like, you know, never be worried. You could never, like, I'd never make fun of you for anything, but like, I'm just like, they're not the greatest in the world, obviously, but sometimes they make good songs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them, yeah, exactly. So always pay people their dues, yeah. Because if other people hear you being complimentary about people you don't know, when you could be rude to try and be funny or cool, but you're just like, oh yeah, Taylor's just really talented. That might surprise people, yeah, that you sound like that, right? I doubt it, because you probably sound like that in everything you do, because you're ace, yeah. But always try to be better than everyone around you, and the best way to do that is just to be honest and nice. Yeah, life's really simple. If you're really honest and really nice all the time, brilliant stuff will just keep happening to you, and you will never know why. But I promise you it will. Because you'll be a good person. That's the secret of the universe, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, that's what I think. Well, it doesn't really matter who we play with, because all my friends are good. And there's a few that I don't really know, and there's a few that have maybe deleted me or I've deleted them. I'm not really sure, but most of them, like I have got a couple of girls as friends, but Anuka will never ever come. It'd be so nice if you could talk to her. What languages do you speak?
I speak English and German.
Okay, she might speak German, so it'd be nice if we could do a mission with her, and then I could invite her to the party. If she accepts, you could then start talking to her. Yeah, you could say, oh, hello, Anuka, do you speak German? And then she might start talking suddenly, and that would be brilliant. I think she's probably Danish, but there's maybe a chance that she understands you a little. Anyway, she probably speaks English, so probably worrying about nothing.
Okay.
But I'm going to invite her. I think I've literally played with her once in the Dark Zone. I'm not sure. Have you seen my twin rifle build?
No, not yet.
It's pretty lethal. I need a marksman or shotgun weapon to proc this beaver, badger, raccoon thing. Overlap on that one. Greased on this one. No, I don't want that. Okay, so I want a marksman or a shotgun, yeah? Ooh, that's a marksman. 138% weapon damage, 99.8k damage. I can get eyeless rate of fire rooted or eyeless stable zen. Definitely eyeless allegro rooted. Or close and personal extra in rhythm. That's even better. I'm going to make a short range marksman rifle build, where it's basically from 15 meters, it might as well be a shotgun that takes your face off. This is going to be outrageous. Right, have a look at my first weapon slot. See what I've done to this. Okay, so we want the shortest mag possible, which is a hollow sight or a red dot sight, so I could get stability. I don't really want any range on it, yeah. So I definitely don't want it scoped in with like headshot damage. But I could just about get away with a CQ BSS. It would make what I'm trying to do very difficult, but it would make the gun absolutely disgusting. So again, I'm very good with the gun, so I don't need to put anything on the muzzle except stability or damage. Because the damage is so minor, it's 5% extra if you crit. That's crit damage, right? So I'm not going to bother with that. It's not enough. 7% crit chance, however, or stability, or 5% crit damage. Obviously, you'd rather have 7 crit chance than 7 crit damage, yeah? So you definitely don't want 5 crit damage. You definitely want 7 crit chance. You understand that, right? So then you look at the mag and you're like, well, there's no choice. I've only got an optimal range one. So now I've got something I can use at short range, but I've also got the range extended. So the range, the critical range is now massive, right? At close range, I get 50% damage. Anything up to 100 meters, I can hurt you. And everything in between, I've got a scope I can use probably comfortably 20 meters or more, and close range, it will take me a minute or two to sight in. But because the gun's so powerful, it actually doesn't matter if I'm being shot while I'm lining the shot up, as long as I land the shot once I've lined it up. If I miss the first two, I'll probably be dead, and I have to give the gun up or re-roll the first talent. But I call it Viper, yeah, close and personal, because it looks like a Viper, right? It's got the fangs. I don't know anything else that looks like that in the snake world. Yeah, so I just call it Viper. So if you're running Viper and in rhythm, you're pretty good. Like even if all you have was one gun, because you're basically trying to use a marksman rifle like a shotgun, and then at every other range, it's the best gun in the game already. So it doesn't matter that it's not proccing its main gun talent outside of 7 meters, because inside it's an absolute tool of destruction, and outside it is as well. So it doesn't matter that most of the time when you're using it more than 7 meters away that you're not getting the benefit of a talent, because any kills can reset your skills. It's got mag capacity, so you can just shoot it for days. It's got some really amazing modifications, and it allows for 4. It's got a cool gun skin, and no one else is trying to use it like a shotgun. So I am. And I've got another rifle, the SIG 716, and I really like that. It's got damage to bleeding, and my bullets cause bleed damage anyway, so do my grenades. So why wouldn't I want 20% damage against bleeding targets? And again, as soon as they start to bleed, this gun will do more damage instantly. Every bullet fired once they're bleeding will damage more. Yeah, so the fact that my bullets bleed and my grenades bleed means I can cause bleed whenever I want. Overlap means I'm buffing the first gun's handling whilst I'm using it as a rifle at close range. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
It's an interesting build. I'm not suggesting you copy it, but when you come to choose guns, don't be afraid to come out with a rifle and a marksman rifle. Like, if you've got an idea of what you want to try and do, just do it. Look at that. I mean, I can comfortably use that inside 7 meters to take kills. I can even no-scope. Look, like that. That'll just... I mean, literally, if I lined that up on your face, I just went... You wouldn't like it. Right, I'm going to scooch down here and go and have a cigarette, yeah? So go and make some noise, I'll make you leader, yeah?
Okay.
No, kill shot's your leader, yeah? So make sure she doesn't get killed, because she's only little. In fact, if you guys don't look after her, I'm going to leave the group and kill you myself. So make sure she's having a good time at all times. Otherwise, I'm going to hear about it. You won't like that. I'll come and find you in a skirmish and kill your whole team if you don't take care of my friend. I carry grudges for decades. And I got magic in my fingers. Everybody knows it. Right, I'll be back in a minute. I really hope this phone's charged now. Do you like Maroon 5? Do you know who Maroon 5 are?
Yeah.
You do, yeah? That's the kind of thing like an 11-year-old would listen to, right? Maroon 5. Well, he's cute, right? The guy from Maroon 5. You like him, yeah? You're a little girl. You like the good lead singer of Maroon 5, right? You don't have to tell me.
Yeah.
I know. Right, so Cardi's in one of his songs, yeah? And she's my favourite girl in the world right now. And he wrote a song called Girls Like You and put Cardi B in it. I think that's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so go and check out the black girl in this video, yeah, who's having a lot of fun. That's my favourite girl in the world right now. And I'm going to turn my friend into the next version of her, except she's much more beautiful, a much, much, much better singer, could potentially be a better rapper, I don't know. I'm going to write her first album, and her name's Rebecca, and I'm never going to let her change it. No one's ever going to tell her what to do. If she writes to me from Florence and says, come and live there with me forever, that's where I'm going to live forever. And then one day you can come and have a drink with me and my wife, because she's cool. Like, on a deep, spiritual, universal level, she might be the most fun human being I've ever met. And I've never even kissed her. I find it hard to look at her. It's like looking at the sun. But I like Cardi B for now. She keeps me happy when she's not around. Some very cute girls in this video actually. I don't know all of them, but I recognise lots of them.
An agent is no longer in your group.
Imagine being as good looking as Adam Levine. Must be hard to get anything done.
Stranded, reaching out.
Still sure can you hear me then?
Are we just a band? Got plays in the air. First I'ma say the walk by. Try to get it right. Had to get her number. Just a number on it.
Engaging landmark.
The club is the best place to find the lovers, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends sat at the table doing shots, tripping fast, and then we talk slow. Come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And now I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room. And now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Well, I'm in love with your body. Oh, I, oh, I, oh, I, oh, I. Well, I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of when we can. We let the story begin. We're going out on our first date. You and me are thrifty, so go all you can eat. Fill up your bag and I fill up the plate. We talk for hours and hours about the sweet and the sour and how your family's doing okay. And even getting a taxi, kissing the backseat till the driver make the radio play. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. Come on, be my baby. Come on. 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 I'm in love with the shape of you. Push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, be I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, be I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, be I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you.
Up with it, girl. Rock with it, girl. Show them it, girl. With a bang bang. Bounce with it, girl. Dance with it, girl. Get with it, girl. With a bang bang.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Friday night and I won't be long. Gotta do my hair, put my makeup on. It's Friday night and I won't be long till I hit the dance floor, hit the dance floor. I got all I need. No, I ain't got cash, but I got you, baby.
get out of control.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday, and I won't be long. Gotta paint my nails, put my high heels on. It's Saturday, and I won't be long till I hit the
With a bang,
hit the gun.
with a bang.
I got all I need.
Sing.
I ain't got cash, but I got you, baby.
Just you and
Baby,
me.
I don't need dollar bills to have fun tonight. Baby, I don't need dollar bills to have fun tonight. I don't need no
You
money.
ain't more than diamond, more than gold.
As long as I can feel the beat.
Make the beat just take control.
I don't need no
You ain't
money.
more than diamond, more than gold.
As long as I can dance.
Free up yourself, get out of control. Me and you, girl, you and me. Jump into the floor and make me see your energy because me not play no hide and seek. What is it the thing you ever make me feel way, girl? Free. Anytime you whine and catch it, this selector pull it up and put it for repeat, girl. Me not touch a dollar in my pocket, 'cause nothing in this world ain't more than what you worth.
I don't need no money.
You ain't more than diamond, more than gold.
As long as I can feel the beat.
Make the beat just take control.
I don't need no
You ain't more
money.
than diamond, more than gold.
As long as I keep dancing.
Free up yourself, get out of control.
Baby, I don't need dollar bills to have fun tonight. Baby, I don't need dollar bills to have fun tonight. I don't need no
You ain't more
money.
than diamond, more than gold.
As long as I can feel the beat.
Make the beat just take control.
I don't need no
You ain't
money.
more than diamond, more than gold.
As long as I keep dancing.
Free up yourself, get out of control.
Give it to me, I'm worth it. Baby, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Give it to me, I'm worth it. Give it to me, I'm worth it. Baby, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Give it to me, I'm worth it.
Okay, I tell her bring it back like she loves some. Bring it back like she loves some. In the club with the lights on, don't you acting shy for? Come and show me that you're with it, with it, with it, with it, with it. Stop playing, now you know that I'm with it, with it, with it, with it, with it, with it. What you acting shy for?
Just give me you, just give me you. Just give me you. That's all I wanna do. And if what they say is true, if
Invite to another agent's group received. Another agent is now in your group. patrol detected. Hostile patrol detected. Initiating road protocol. Rogue agent neutralized. Your status is disavowed.
What does contaminated mean?
Rogue status active. Agent incapacitated. Agent vital signs 0. Road protocol deactivated. Entering safe area. You are now group leader. Another agent has joined your group. Hilo almost at extraction zone. Another agent is now in your group.
No, don't turn off because I fucking what the fuck?
Agent down.
X on est violent.
Hello? Anybody there? Nope, okay. Ah. Ooh, how much I can oh, it's gonna be OP. Looks futuristic. Oh, sorry. Why didn't you hear that?
Entering dark zone.
No, I play with the other side.
Your status is disavowed. Allied agent deactivated. Rogue protocol. Incoming cargo plane with dark zone drop. DC drop incoming. Immediate medical assistance needed. Dark zone drop has been delivered. Enemy patrol detected.
fuck off. Stop fucking messaging me, fam. I really don't give a fuck, yeah? I've got a good group. So fuck off.
DC drop claimed by the agent.
Right, so I was at the other one waiting for you, yeah? You were at this one. Now I've run all the way across the map and none of you are here. Well done. You are the worst map reading group I've ever had. It's been a pleasure to find that there's some 3 idiots out there that can't even get to their own thieves' den before I run across the map and beat them to the second one. You idiots. Oh, Jesus. No, pal, you're fucking dead. Oh, look at your face. Remember when you had a face? Yeah, you haven't got a face anymore, have you, pal? Yeah, how'd you like them apples, you fucking prick? Is that your mate wants some as well? Yeah, you've got a bit of a casual style there, pal. You've got to use cuddle when you saw a man with a fucking LMG pointing at your face, you mug. I don't even need health to fucking rip these pricks. I don't need health, I don't need help, I don't need armour. I can literally just stand here all day melting them. Just pop in and out of fixed cover. Just literally stay perpendicular to fixed cover. Destroy their assets, get 50% explosive damage, lob some grenades and just melt the cunts. Look at these grenades. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, players killed me. Oh, and stole my fucking enhanced PP19 as well. Let's get that back immediately. Can you lot actually come and fucking play instead of being cunts? You got 10 seconds to stop being fucking cunts and come and fucking play with me. Otherwise you're out the group. Or I'm out the group. I don't give a fuck. I've got much better friends online who are total cunts. So you better start fucking running, fam. Fucking hapless fuckwits. Having a massive fucking fight by myself and you don't think, oh, I'll just wander over. No, you just carry on doing your own thing, you fucking melts. No, because I didn't want a hand. I wanted to die by myself and lose my PP19. Because you thought, yeah, that guy doesn't need a hand, he'll be fine. Brilliant. Fucking idiots. You know what? Fuck it. I'm out. Yeah. If that's the kind of mugs you lot are, yeah, I'm not going to expect you to get better because you're just not. It's just not possible for you. Yeah. You are all weak and very fucking stupid.
You have left the group. You have been promoted to group leader. You are now group leader. Another agent has joined your group. Another agent is now in your group. Another agent has joined your group. Dark zone entered. Enemy patrol detected.
What is going on, fam? I swear there's a fucking poltergeist in here, blood. Someone died in this room.
Extraction helo almost open range.
100%. Things just keep falling over. I'm not fucking joking, fam. I've no idea what's going on. So far it hasn't affected me. So I'm just letting it happen. It's very strange though. Like literally, my wallet just fell from a flat surface onto the floor and my credit card that was inside it fell out. How are either of those things possible, dude? Flat things don't fall off flat surfaces, and flat things that are inside flat things on flat surfaces don't fall out of them when they fall on the floor unexpectedly. Two unexpected things, one much less likely than the other very unlikely thing, don't just happen. That's fucking bizarre.
High threat enemy patrol detected.
High threat? I'm the fucking threat, lad. It's like the air's moving around me. Like I'm not in the Matrix. And everybody else is. So I can do weird shit. I might actually be the best player in the world. take away all the cheating and the backstabbing and you put me up 4v4. I reckon my teams would win every time. Oh, my fucking controller died. Right, this needs charging up, so I'm gonna go get a drink.
Enemy patrol detected.
Just try and leave it plugged in.
Incoming hostiles detected. Serious trauma detected. Agent incapacitated. Agent killed.
Defeat does not exist in this dojo.
Safe area detected.
Blah.
Dog zone entered.
Don't care for the IG disease. Don't care anything for clout.
Not from that couch, but